Can you say a little bit more about choice? How it's kind of landing here is that there's an idea that there's choice, but there isn't really. And in the process of dancing with the idea that there's choice, what's received in that dance is it's just a play to get pulled into what's needed to be received. So everything seems to be choiceless. But there's still there's still confusion here and that.
Yes, no, it is a very good question. It is true that the play of cause and effect seems to have choice, but is choiceless. The machinery of karma has already been constructed. It responds to repetitive stimulus in preconditioned ways. This is very, very different from what I call intuition. Intuition, too, is not choice. But intuition is receiving the guidance that arises out of the wisdom of the silence of the heart. In it, all conditioned shoulds, right and wrong, all the complicating scenario of the machinery is wiped clean. And the pure movement, the thoughtless, intuitive movement that arises out of silence that lives in the heart, then this takes over. And it is always in complete harmony with what is truly yearned for. If there is choice, which is not really the right word, it is to let go of what creates the experience of choice, to fall within the heart and let that lead.
So that just feels like prostration and devotion.
Yes, it's beautiful. That is prostration and devotion. And out of that arises the wisdom of no mind that navigates everything perfectly. Typically, it will not pull the nature of the play into repetitive patterning. Sometimes it will, but typically not. Typically, it leads you into complete unknowingness and complete connection. And it will break apart every idea of what is wrong and right. It is that which is sustenance. It is receiving the sustenance as opposed to behaving based on a set of conditioned concepts. Another way of framing it, if something is presenting and it feels like a choice, it is to feel into what would pure love do. Sometimes it will lead the play such that the mind-body is carried into behaviors that conditioning has believed to be wrong, only to abolish, break apart all conditioned mental concepts. And this stickiest, perhaps, of illusion is a belief of responsibility. Intuition, what rises out of the silence of the heart, does not exist in the plane of the conditioned mind's beliefs. Then it will dismantle all of it. Letting the heart out of the cage. God is playing every aspect of the phenomenal expression for your freedom. Your freedom is following this lead. This lead arises out of the unknowing silence that lives in the heart.